I'll try to keep this kind of short. This is Min's moment. I'm going to share four memories I have of Min over the time I've gotten to know him. Kind of make of them what you will. So there's this beautiful fish. It's red. It's this vibrant red watercolor fish. It's just unbelievable. And there's this. It's a woman wrapped in like a dragon wrapped around her, and there's another with a stork and a couple other animals kind of intertwined, and they're just gorgeous watercolor pictures. They're just amazing, and I'm going, wow, this is unbelievable. And Min is on the stage explaining this is his AP portfolio, and Min's on the stage and he says, yeah, I kind of had to go out of my comfort zone to make those. And you're just like, they're so amazing though, that's out of the comfort zone. Second memory, Min and Amy Tran are doing their presentation on Vietnam for the International Day. And this one gets a little blurry because he just did another one just a couple weeks ago, and I can't remember which facts I necessarily go with each one. So I might get those mixed up. But what I remember is being in Pendleton and the two of them in the front presenting the pictures and telling stories and laughing, and there's, I guess, a little bit of a north-south colloquialism differences and things. It was fascinating to hear them talk and learn about their home country. That was awesome. And the third memory is I'm at Humankind up the road. It's a cross-country meet, and I'm helping out being one of the officials on the course. And the race ends, and I run over the finish line, and Min comes through, and Min, great job, that was awesome, you did amazing. And he's like, yeah, that was kind of hard, tired. And what he doesn't know is that his coaches are actually, at that moment, they are giving him his very first merit on Woe's boarding wear. It's now Aura, right? His very first merit for great effort and hard work in cross country. I don't know if you knew that was your first merit.
I did not know that.
And the final moment is, of course, Min's smile, which is just no, he doesn't smile. Which is his full face smile. It's just the most amazing smile. It's the happy, awesome smile, and he's always got this happy smile. It's just so awesome. And those are the kind of the four things I will remember about Min.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Campbell, for your kind words and your memories, of course. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Minh Nguyen, and I share the same last name as roughly 44.7 million other people. Fun fact, right? And no, to clarify, we're not related. Being the only Vietnamese student this year at VES has been weird. It means not having someone to converse with in your own native language, and it feels bizarre but normal at the same time. To break the tradition, I'd like to do my counselor talk backwards, and in parentheses, thanking everyone at VES first, making it a little different from everyone else's. It's an understatement to say that the last 3 years of my life has been an emotional and physical roller coaster. I hadn't had the resources and people around me to shape me into the person I am today. I would like to thank every single one of my faculty members who has made such a big impact on me these last 3 bittersweet years. To every trusted friend I've made along the way, you are one of the best things that happened to me here at VES, especially Xavier and Esteban, who said that if I don't mention them, they'll stop being friends with me. And Walker and Leah, who threatened me to say their names or I'll get blocked on Snapchat. I would also like to thank my mom, my dad, and my brother, who are my favorite people in the entire world, for believing in me. And I wouldn't be here without your guidance and support, and I consider it a blessing. I've gone from the anxiety of what I call the dining hall paradox, my sophomore year, being nervous about trying to find my table in a sea of tables, to deliberate change of caring less about what everyone has to say my senior year. It's definitely a ride, and I'd like to call it self-growth. I used to think I'd never see myself graduate, mostly because of my near-death experiences. Let's replay some of my 5th grade flashbacks. For a moment, I thought my life was over. Laying on top of my parents' car with shards of glass scattered on the asphalt, buzzes singing from ear to ear, drowning in the screams and cries of loved ones, the situation felt surreal as I lay there barely conscious. You're probably wondering, how did this happen? It was just a game of hide and seek, actually. I was standing on the ledge of that 3-story windowsill, waiting for someone to find me. I was bursting with excitement, fear, and anticipation. My heart skipped a beat, then heard a crack. I fell backwards. "Are you okay?" "I'm so sorry." My mom screamed at the top of her lungs. For a second, everything felt like a fever dream. I tasted salt as I brushed my tongue over the corner of my mouth. Had I been crying? Yes. Tears were coming down uncontrollably. I was finally discharged from the hospital after 4 hours, healthy but not scratch-free. I was never one to believe in miracles or the crazy superstitious ideas engraved in my family and culture. Yet for the first time in my life, maybe this wasn't just luck. My mom insisted that I was saved by my deceased grandpa, who held me in his arms that day. He passed away when I was just 8 months old, so it was only through the bedtime stories told by my grandma that I knew how dearly he loved me. Growing up, I've always been taught to politely reciprocate superstitious beliefs and family traditions, though I didn't really believe in their power. Quote unquote, hands together and pray, your grandpa's looking down on you, like I got yelled by our ancestors today, were among the expressions and lessons shared by grandma at dinner, though I couldn't relate to her insistence on following these traditions until the day I had a second chance at life. There are, however, exceptions to the value I place in superstitions and traditional beliefs. Many find being the firstborn son tremendously auspicious. I consider it a liability. There is an expectation that I must be a perfect figure who will take over the family bloodline as my parents grow old. In Vietnamese culture, having to express mental and physical toughness was what I struggled with the most in my household. Growing up, I felt the doubts from my relatives about my abilities as an eldest son, about my commitment to carrying on family and cultural heritage, and my ambitions of pursuing a conventional career. All have always been the center of conversations at my extended family gatherings. But what changed? I found a hobby that I adored. I remember vividly how an art teacher told me in 5th grade that my handwriting was like a girl, how I draw so beautifully like a girl, how I must have grown up with siblings of another gender. But I don't see anything wrong with that. I find the same comfort in art. I find it to be soothing and something non-judgmental in every way. And I think everyone should have one of those recreational activities that you can always enjoy when things get rough, or something so reassuring that you can count on every step of the way. Pursuing interests in areas that were so against my family's expectations and agenda felt both entirely authentic and completely illegal. When I paint, different colors on my palette for a reason. Each one is necessary to create the whole entire picture. And expressing myself and my identity don't align with the custom cemented in the minds of people back home. Painting now seems like an irreplaceable part of my life that keeps me going, a tangible consolation that I can fall back into. I found that knowing what you want, knowing what you have, and learning your own boundaries are the key to success. That's why I want to leave back a legacy here at VES as a Vietnamese student. I've had the honor of serving the community as a junior resident assistant, a senior student council representative, and a member of the counselor body. I have learned the power of confidence, honesty, and the ability to see myself through the skepticism of the outside world. Just as I, like my mother and my grandma, believe that my grandpa's arms saved me during my fall 10 years ago, I also believe that he's there, encouraging me to be my true self, supporting how I live my life and what I believe, despite the fact that it's different from what my grandfather once did. I want everyone out there to know that if you are struggling with anything, it's never too late to start a conversation with someone, find a hobby, and find truth and comfort in the things that you do. At the end of the day, you are the person who's narrating your own story, and you have the ability to control how you tell it. For me, perhaps I can't change the deep-rooted mindsets of millions, but now I feel at ease and comfortable in my own skin. Thank you.